Then.
Let me see it. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. We live back with another episode. I believe today's video is going to help a lot of people, so I'm going to wait for some more people to stream on in here. Drop what city you guys are tuning in from, and we'll get started here in the next 2 minutes, family. You should have an Excel sheet, the one that we made. You still have it? All right, let's get going. Let me pull up the Instagram live as well. Peace and love to everybody streaming in. Drop what city you guys are tuning in from, and drop one thing that you guys are all grateful for as well too.
This one.
Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, that one. I'm too real, bro. You feel me? We'll tell you in a little, right?
I'll send it.
Yeah, send it. I'm too real, like, girl. Julie, hi out there. I got my out there tuned in. Let me show you the office. We're working right now.
Peace.
We got 5 people tuned into the YouTube live right now. 7 tuned in. More people, numbers going up. Shout out Julie Edulantes, my big sister, back at home. I'm in her home as well in the Philippines. She says, hey guys, Jalen Youngblood knowledge. Yeah, but we got to definitely get into some knowledge today. A lot of insight, a lot of value today. So make sure you guys, let's get the likes up. Ate, let's get a like. We got no likes right now. Yeah, my camera's so bad. It's just how it is. That's why I was annoyed that my webcam's not working. And well, it's not my webcam, it's this. This. I need to order one of these. They got this in that place too. Yeah, we'll get this stuff. Yeah, so the quality isn't there today, but with or without the quality, the value is going to be here. We're definitely going to over-deliver on the value, so we're going to get started here in the next couple minutes, family. Keep sending this live out. I'm going to let them know we're live in our group chats and our public chats. If you guys are in the Discord, drop a screenshot, let them know we're live. If you guys are not in the Discord, I highly advise that you do get into the Discord. That is where you guys can ask any questions. I have a chat in there as well too, where I drop a lot of different PDFs, a lot of different information and tools and guides that will be able to help you guys for free. So definitely do recommend tuning into our Discord and checking out the value and the insight that we have within our Discord. Shout out my guy Davo, my guy Dave being coachable, dropping the screenshot. I see you, David. I appreciate your coachability always, bro, and just the energy you're always emitting, bro. Every time we speak is great, conversations and great vibrations. So we're gonna get into it here real soon. I'm live right now. Huh? All right, I'm live. Love you. I'm live on YouTube. Love you. All right, let's get it. Let me start this live on Instagram, and then we'll get right into it. Let's see one thing that you guys are grateful for today. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my loved ones. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my stepdad. I'm grateful for the YBC family out here in the Philippines. I'm grateful for all those that show love every single day. I'm grateful for all those that came before me. I'm grateful for all those, that set the foundation and that helped mold me. I'm grateful for my grandpa Blanco, whom just passed away about 6 to 8 hours ago. So rest in peace, rest in paradise, rest in power, Grandpa Blanco. May your name live on forever. What? Let's see. 32167. Let's see what you guys are grateful for, though. Even with the passing, even with life, hitting, in hard times, how are you guys going to respond? How are you guys going to continue to overcome the adversity, to, just push through those pain points and those pain moments, right? I allow it to feel me. I've been through so much, painful moments and so many dark moments that I've allowed and used that to feel me and push me and drive me to help all of you guys here. So if you guys got questions, and not even just all of you guys, billions of lives, it's a lot bigger than you guys. It's a lot bigger than me. It's a lot bigger than, I could even fathom, with, the movement that I'm creating, the things that we're doing. So, shout out my guy David. Grateful for connecting and networking with the right people at the right time. It's all divine intervention, and just to elaborate back to what I was saying, life is a mess, family, but it's a beautiful mess. So throughout it, just find beauty in every single thing because there is so much beauty that we're submerged in. I love this quote, and that's something that just has stuck with me throughout the past couple of years is so many people are seeking abundance. So many people are looking to attract abundance into their life when we're submerged in a world of abundance. So how can I attract something that I'm submerged in? That's like me being in the ocean looking to manifest and attract water. Right? I'm submerged in the water, right? The water is I'm swimming and living in the water. I'm swimming and living in the abundance, and we all are as well too, family. So just raise your level of awareness to it. I promise you guys that all that you desire, you are that already. All that you want to become, you are that already. That person you want to become, the money you want to make, you're already making it. You already are that person. So start walking like it, start talking like it, start dressing like it, start speaking like it, right? Start doing the things that $1 million, $1 billion version of yourself is doing, right? And in order to know how to act as such, you got to envision it. You got to see yourself and put yourself already there, family. So shout out to every single one of you guys for showing up for yourselves. I'm excited to get in today's call. I believe that I'm going to leave every single one of you guys with some information that you guys are going to be able to take away and be able to help your guys yourselves and those around you guys. I believe that many of you guys are going through a lot of the similar situations, which we're going to cover on today's call. And I believe that there's so many people out there nowadays that are teaching credit. There's a lot more people that are getting prone and hip to consumer law as well. But what I'm going to teach is what a lot of people do not teach, whether they're in the consumer law space or credit space as well too. So, before we do hop into this call, let's go ahead and get the likes up. Let's get at least 10 likes, on this call so that more people can get in tune with these teachings. If you guys are watching the replay, I simply ask that you guys drop a like on this video. If you guys don't like anything that I'm teaching here on this live, simply drop a dislike as well too. I'm not going to just tell you guys just to like it, for the sake of, likes. Drop a dislike if you feel that something I'm teaching isn't, quite clicking or is just complete BS, but make sure to drop what it is in the comments that you feel that I can improve on so that I can help myself grow to help each and every single one of you guys grow as well too. Rest in peace, Grandpa. Sorry for your loss. I'm grateful for finding you and not for having a heart attack because of the dumbass credit companies. 100%. That's love. I appreciate you, Michael Rakota. And Michael, right now, send out some CFPB complaints for Michael Rakota as well. Indigenous Queen, shout out you, Indigenous Queen. I love the name. I love you walking in it, in embracing that indigenous roots, right? Always embrace it. Always remember that, walking it, living it, remember where you come from above all those. So let's go ahead and get into today's live. So I want to talk about today's live because, or let me go live real quick on YouTube. Let's keep getting the likes up. Let's keep getting the likes up. Let's keep flooding the chat box with what we're grateful for. And we'll get started here in the next minute or two. Let me start this YouTube live or Instagram live. This cat likes us over here, huh? You on your mascot or what? Come on. You okay? You okay? Wow.
Education.
All right, family. Peace and love for everybody tuning in. I'm going to show you guys what's going on over here. We're in the Philippines at our office in the headquarters. This is our first office before we get to some expansion. We got our editor. Y'all haven't seen none of this work yet. Wait till y'all see the things I'm about to drop. That's why I ain't been dropping no content, because the things that we're about to drop, we're about to come different, right? All the visions I've had, everything, all the shots that I've shot with the drone, with my camera, he's gonna be able to put it into a movie for you guys. So I'm excited to present and drop these movies and these short movies. We're gonna start vlogging. Dropping a vlog. I did just drop a new channel as well too on YouTube that we're gonna build, and we're gonna get this one to over 50K within the next 3 to 6 months. Believe that. 50K subscribers in the next 3 months off of vlogging. Mark my words. Remember this live. We got Justine over here working on a couple of different disputes. We got some funnels. We got a 5-day masterclass coming for you guys very soon. I'll announce more detail on that as we're ready. We got some funnels we're building out. And my guy Michael's working on brother Michael Rakota's report as well. So we working over here, family. Jason Gotti, I bad credit, and I'm trying to get the card that bank refused me. And Tila, my right to rescind. I sent an affidavit of truth with the service witness under a notary. Okay, we'll go ahead and Jason, stay here for a second. I want to get to today's live. I want to get to the teachings, and I'll take questions right after. So keep flooding the chat box with questions. If you guys, are not able to be here throughout the remainder of the live, this will be posted here. So definitely feel free to come back and check out the replay as well too. Shout out my guy MFTV, Grand Rising family. Shout out to everybody that's a part of the mob, all of my mob members. I am going to be uploading 5 new videos for the mob so that you guys are able to get in tune with some more insight and some more education. All in all, with the mob, which is our top membership level here on the YouTube channel. So without further ado, family, what I did want to talk about today, what many people don't know about when it comes to credit, what these gurus are not teaching you guys. A lot of people are going out looking to get, approved for a new apartment. Right? How many of you guys have been to? That's my guy Lou. Okay, how many of you guys have been to, going and applying for a new apartment complex, and they're telling you that, we pulled your credit and we seen this, that, and the third, and therefore we're not able to approve you for this apartment, right? That's because not a lot of times, every single time they're pulling from these consumer reporting agencies, which are furnishing the information. But a lot of times we don't know that there's more than just Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So what I'm here to do is I'm here to show you guys that and where to go ahead and look and pull these consumer reports so that we're able to go ahead and be in communication with the correct companies. When it comes to utilities, right? Many people didn't know that utilities as well too has consumer reporting agencies. When it comes to gaming, same thing for gaming. When it comes to your insurance, when it comes to your driving record, right? When it comes to medical information, right? When it comes to personal property insurance, once again, why there's consumer reporting agencies for each and every single one of these, for your checking accounts and just a regular bank account. Right now I'm going through and helping my brother through Check System remove some accounts on Check System, because Check System is one of the consumer reporting agencies. So how many of you guys, and that's the thing, is credit is bigger than just Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are very little and very minuscule when we're talking the realm of credit. right? And we got to understand that credit, is a lot deeper than what we've been taught, right? And I like to say credit is life and debt is death, right? Think about just the lives that people have taken because of the debt that they're in. Many people have been in student loan debt, have been in a mortgage, maybe got evicted from their house, maybe got, a repossession. They didn't have their automobile anymore, right? Debt, many people have literally taken them lives because of debt, and they feel as if there's no way of getting out of this debt, right? I'm not here to teach you guys though how to get out of debt, but how to get debt out of you guys, or how to get debt from within and take it out, and understand that the divinity, the power is within, and we possess all of the power. And all of these corporations are corporate or fictitious entities, right? They hold little to no power, and it's time to put them back in place. And how we're going to do so is by knowing where to go through and communicate and what reports to pull from. So a lot of people don't know that there's so many other consumer reporting agencies. There's actually over 330 consumer reporting agencies to be exact. So it's not just, once again, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So we come here to the CFPB. I want you guys to go ahead and Google CFPB list of consumer reporting agencies. And then it's going to give you guys the option to pull up a list of consumer reporting agencies. Through here, if you guys have been denied, and the same steps that we're taking when it comes to getting an account removed from Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion is the same steps that we'll take to go ahead and reach out to these companies to go ahead and get our information removed from them as well. So, for example, how many of you guys, and my guy Lou recently was telling me how he had some things, how he had recently been pulled over and he had a traffic ticket. So he was asking me how to go about getting that traffic ticket removed. If you guys are looking to get a step-by-step on traffic tickets, on how to refuse traffic tickets or traffic tickets, go ahead and check out the Sauce with Gotti, which is a channel in our Discord where I give you guys literally a step-by-step PDF and an affidavit, so that as you guys are traveling, you guys can travel with this affidavit as well too. But as we go ahead and hop into here, so I'm going to give you guys a couple different employment consumer reporting agencies. So when you guys go apply for jobs, these are where they're pulling these reports from. This is where they're checking your guys' background, right? You guys can, yes, remove public record information as well too. So I'm talking about those that have been incarcerated. We can remove that from your guys' consumer report as well too, right? We got to understand that the FCRA, the FDCPA is set up to assure our privacy as consumers, right? We have a right to privacy. It's not a privilege. And this right doesn't get taken away because we've been incarcerated or because we got a traffic ticket and we didn't abide by, these these public policies that were, these public servants and officials are upholding. And, we don't, because they cite us, and when and while they're citing us, they're actually acting in violation and acting as a debt collector, which a lot of people are not familiar with. And that earlier today on the mentorship call, I broke down the definition of a debt collector and how these cops, these judges, they themselves are also debt collectors as well too. And I want you guys to understand is that there's two different jurisdictions, right? Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Drop in the chat box. I want to see whom is familiar with the two different jurisdictions. If I could get one person to drop the two different jurisdictions, I'll give you guys and drop two unreleased ebooks for you guys that we have not released yet. I want to see who's been doing their studying. I got a book literally on this as well too. Admiralty Maritime. And what else? Who knows what Admiralty Maritime is? Maritime law, right? This is the law of the sea. I'm going to see who knows the other one. on within the law of the sea, right? Everything, all these laws, they're all fictitious. Or we got the law of the sea and the law of the land. Now, who can give me, the proper name or another name for the law of the land? Yes, common law, correct, which is upheld through the law of the land. So let's pull up our book, Living in the Private. This is here in Sauce with Gotti as well. Mhm. We don't have the one in there, so I'm gonna drop this for you guys. Living in the Private. This is a book that truly changed everything for me. I don't think it's here. We do have it in the book section. The first book in our book section. I got a bug in my hair. A bug in. Oh, I do got a bug in my hair. Life in the Philippines. Feel me? They don't know, bro. Look, they over here laughing because they know. They said, bro, you got a bug in your hair. That's crazy. We Rastafari. Natural living, man. It ain't never kill nobody. If you're trying to record, the screen is on. All right, let's pull this PDF up for y'all. Let me show you guys here as well too. Shout out everybody tuning into the live on Instagram. Shout out Morena Torres, my little nephew XJ. I love you so dearly. We got some people tuned in out here in the Philippines as well. Yeah, definitely that lighting. Good call. All right, so we got Admiralty Maritime and Common Law Jurisdiction. All right, we got the artificial and the natural. Right within here, within Admiralty Maritime, this is where we register things. Hence why many people go through and register, their automobile. My automobile, and my ate can tell you, is not registered. Artificial person, corporation, those are within Admiralty Maritime. Public servants, public capacity, legal privileges / benefits, right? A debtor, right? There's debt in, the law of the land and the law of the sea. A trust or a trustee, accommodation party debtor, legal commerce, right? Everything in the law of the sea is commerce. And that's what I was getting at with these cops. And when they're pulling you guys over, is they're simply operating, in interstate commerce in the vessel on the sea, right? But we, as a natural person, do not operate through Admiralty Maritime. We operate off of common law jurisdiction, right? That's why you got to understand your rights, which, we have unalienable rights. And that's why it is pretty important to know, the Declaration of Independence and just know the founding documents of this corporation as, these, all of these things in which these quote unquote, these European and British founders came and colonized this land with, and as they colonized our land, right? They used, you know, things simply from common law, from God's law, from the law of nature, from natural law, right? And they used these to, create, the Declaration of Independence and all of these founding documents, which founded, the republic. But throughout time, over 100 years, then came a corporation by the name of the United States Inc., right, which is very similar to the United States of America Republic, but it's very separate and very distinct in the way of operation and the way in which these corporations are able to do business on the law of the land is because of everything is incorporated within the United States and the Act of 1871, which came about as the United States. And you guys, if you guys don't believe the United States is a federal corporation, I want everybody to go look into Title 28 USC 3002 number 15, because this work will clearly define the United States as a federal corporation. Now, under the law of the land, we have private sovereign, we have private capacity, right? This is where things are in the private, right? We talk about operating in the private and we talk about operating in the public. That's all this is as a whole, right? We hear status change, we hear becoming a secured party creditor. A secured party creditor is simply uncontracting with all of the corporations which you guys have contracted with, or all of the public servants, all of the public officials. We do have a right to privacy. We are able to operate in the private, right? We have lawful rights, not legal privileges, right? We have lawful rights that are protected by God's law, unalienable rights, which cannot be alienated. We are a creditor, in fact. Deuteronomy 15, I always mention this one. You will lend to many nations, but you will borrow from none. From the beginning of time, we've always been the lender. We've always been the creditor. Never will we be, or never have we ever been a borrower, right? But this is where the deception is taking place, is with these corporate fictitious entities that they've created into deceiving us. That's why we talk a lot about deception in the FDCPA. If you guys don't know what the FDCPA, that deals with all debt collectors, because debt is simply only in Admiralty Maritime. There is no debt in the law of the land. There is no debt, in natural law. There should be no poor people walking amongst us, Deuteronomy 15, but yet there's poor people walking amongst us day in and day out in America. I don't hardly see any homeless people, if any. I haven't seen any homeless people, really. Granted, yes, there's many people living in poverty here in the Philippines, but the homeless rate is way less than what it is back in America. In every big city, everywhere you go, you see homeless people, and all these homeless people are drugged up, and all these homeless people are literally far gone. And the same people whom deceived them and misled them are the same people whom is providing the things in the streets to keep them literally lost and far gone, right? And the same people that are approving chemicals and things that are we're taking in on a day-to-day basis, fake foods, lab made foods, and the whole nine, GMO fruits and vegetables, and everything is sprayed, and the whole nine, right? They're the same corporations, and this is how these corporations are able to do these things. This is how the Federal Reserve is able to do business, being a foreign entity, operating on foreign land. The Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the Republic at all. This is why they're new themselves. They came about in 1911, right? And their currency didn't start going through until the 1930s, when they took and confiscated all of the gold, which gold is the real money. Gold is and has always been used from the beginning of time to trade. Money is simply just an exchange, of one thing. Money is just an exchange of energy, right? And you guys saying, oh, I'm spending money. No, there's no spending money. You're simply exchanging. It's going from one hand to another hand. And from there, that hand probably has, things that they're, purchasing and helping towards their business. And it's just an exchange. Everything is just an exchange. That's why your intentions, what you guys are putting out is everything, because money is simply just, energy. And the energy, you can never cheat energy. You can never get one up, on energy. If you feel as if, oh, I'm getting one up on somebody, you go out, you rob somebody, you go out, you steal from somebody, you go out, you lie about, you know, anything when it comes to you feel as if you're getting one up on somebody. You're never getting one up. It's always coming full circle. You're gonna stay in that low vibration, in that low state, and you're not gonna know how to go out and exchange that money to go out and make that money make you more money, right? So we talk about even in the law of the land when we talk about operating in common law jurisdiction, right? We got a trust beneficiary, right? We are the beneficiary of this trust, right? What trust am I referring to? I'd highly recommend you guys go tap in with high frequency radio, and he'll go more in depth with all of that. I like to, stick with, everything and all of the teachings here on this channel, which is everything consumer law and credit related. But I'm giving you guys the insight as to how everything is commerce, and within commerce there is no we're not, as a natural person, we're not obligated to pay any of these debts. A corporation can only do business with another corporation. That's why they created, and passed the Social Security Act of 1936, right? This is 3 years later after they confiscated the gold from the people, after the Federal Reserve really came about and started getting their money in circulation in the 1933, 1936, 3 years later. They needed somebody to be cattle, chattel. Look up the word chattel, CHATTEL. They needed somebody to be, cattle, to be collateral. They needed to collateralize the debt, right? And how do they do that? The Social Security Act. The Social Security card is our credit card. It's crediting every single corporation. Many people are like, yo, I wish I lived in Canada because free healthcare. Yo, free healthcare is and should be also there in America as well too. But this is where the deception comes in place. This is why if we get medical bills on our report, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 15,000, whether it's 150,000, whether it's 1.5 million in medical bills, we can get that removed because one, that's a violation of HIPAA. They're disclosing medical information which shouldn't be disclosed. Two, they're furnishing this information, they're selling this information, and three, they're invading on your privacy, by them furnishing that information. Who gave this, hospital the right to share this with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion? Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion have simply assumed a vital role. What do I mean by they've assumed a vital role? Go look into the congressional findings of the FCRA. It talks about, and it will tell you very clearly how they've simply just assumed this role. All right, so it's vital that we understand these principles. It's vital that we understand whom we are and what jurisdiction we're operating in, and how to differentiate ourselves from operating in the public versus operating in the private. All right, so family, now we're gonna go ahead and dive into more in depth what I was, speaking about when it comes to, these consumer reporting agencies, and just finding the list of these consumer reporting agencies and being able to use these lists to your advantage. And if you guys are being denied and having a hard time getting the job, pull these reports when it comes to employment screening. I'm gonna give you guys one, accurate.com, right? I'm gonna drop this link for you guys here on the YouTube for those that are tuned in. I'm gonna drop a link for accurate.com. All right, there's one right there. Let's see. Another one, ADP screening and select. So adpselect.com. How many of you guys have heard of ADP? I'm positive every single one of you guys have heard of ADP, being in the corporate America realm. Let's see, and order your reports from there. If you guys are looking to get access to this file right here, I'm going to drop this in the Sauce with Gotti, which is in our free public channel, right? In our free public channel. For those that do get started with YBC University, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys and provide to you guys within 24 hours of you guys getting started our unreleased ebooks as well too, which those themselves will, cover the value, the price, and the investment of you getting started and enrolled into YBC University. So for those that do take advantage and get started with YBC University, I will provide 2 of our new unreleased ebooks, which will give you guys a blueprint on how to handle debt collectors. Once again, cops themselves are debt collectors. Anybody operating in interstate commerce using any instrumentality. What is an instrument? An instrument can be a ticket. An instrument can be a remittance coupon. An instrument can be, a bank statement. An instrument is anything stating that you owe any, debt, because we understand that debt is an obligation, right? Think about some things we've been obliged to do, right? Go to school, get a job. All of these things are requiring one thing: our credit card, our signature, right? Which this is crediting all these corporations, or an alleged obligation. It's simply an allegation, and therefore they got to validate and verify these debts. And that's why in the FDCPA, we talk about debt validation. Grand Rising, Ms. Z. You feeling that workout? She can't even sit. All right, family. So I want you guys to get familiar with these consumer reporting agencies, and just to know that there's way more than Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. We got Checker, we got CCC Verify, we got Blend Insights, we got backgroundchecks.com, right? Go ahead and I dropped the link already in Sauce with Gotti. So if you guys are not in Sauce with Gotti, highly recommend getting into our Discord so you guys can get access to all of these PDFs that I'm going to continue dropping. I'm going to go ahead and drop the living and the private for you guys as well too, so you guys can see that as well too. This is one of the first reads I did read, just, and it really helped me understand everything, that these people were teaching as I came about all this information. So let me see. Great read, just dropped in there. So if you guys are not in the Discord, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link for that as well too here on the YouTube, so that you guys can get in tune. Z, hop on to my YouTube channel so you can moderate the chat. And actually, you dropped the link in there as well. So let me go through these comments real quick. So let's see. Since I had an eviction, so that's really everything I wanted to cover. Now it's time to do a Q&A. So let's do a Q&A. You guys got questions, feel free to drop them now down below, and let's get right into it. Let's see. I'll be in AZ next weekend. I'm still out in the Philippines. Q. I'll be out here for a couple weeks. Let me know how long you'll be in AZ though, bro. Yo, Gotti, I have bad credit and trying to get a car that refused me and TILA and the right to rescind. I sent in an affidavit of truth with the service witness under notary. So what I would do is I'd mention, and hopefully within the affidavit you mentioned something about adverse action, but I would definitely mention adverse action and how adverse action only refers to and talks about, look in 15 USC 1681A, which is the definition section. Let me plug my phone in. Which is the definition section for the FCRA. And it defines the term adverse action, and it states that one can only be denied employment and one can only be denied insurance, but never does it talk about a denial of credit within the FCRA term for adverse action. Federal common law. So my guy Jason, go ahead, reach out to me, bro. You got one of them right. So what I'll do for you, I'll send you one of our unreleased ebooks. Go ahead and text the number 305-575-2843. And once again, those that do get enrolled into the university within the next, I'll give you guys 48 hours. So I know it's about to be Friday. So whoever does get enrolled within the YBC University within the next 48 hours, I'll give you guys access to two of our unreleased ebooks, which I'm not going to release probably for another, 2 to 3 weeks, because I want to drop, a new website and everything, a CreditGotti.com website where I have all of my books, trust set up for a 508c1a, and some more documents that we'll have through there, non-citizen national passport, etc. I got a CDL, bro, so I'll have to surrender them to live in the private. To operate in the private, and that's the thing is, you want to be able to differentiate, and know how to operate in both. It's not just, you gotta operate in the private to be free, right? If you're operating in the public, you just gotta know how to, uphold your constitutional rights, and you got to know how to uphold these U.S. codes that I'm teaching. As you do have laws passed by Congress, man-made laws, which do protect you as a consumer operating in this game of commerce. So you still do have rights, whether or not you're operating in the public or the private. You just got to know, these rights operating in the public. Hopefully that makes sense, and you're familiar with some of the laws and my teachings that I've been covering. A lot of it specifically the FDCPA, and truth and lending specifically. Regulation Z, a lot of people like to, throw out there that term as well too, or that chapter, but that's just truth and lending simply. So Regulation Z, truth and lending, the FDCPA, Title 8, Title 18, Title 28. You want to know? Let me give you guys a couple different titles as well too. I got it all written down here. Let's see. Title 31. Let's see. Title 35, Title 39, Title 9. All right, those are all titles, U.S. codes that I would definitely look into, study, get familiar with, on banking. A lot of them are on banking. A lot of them are on, let's see what Title 31 is. I dropped this in my consumer law chat in the mentorship. If you guys are in the mentorship, definitely would advise checking out Title 31. Let's see. Title 31 has to do with money and finance. Title 35 and Title 39. Title 35 has to do with patents. So when we talk about, owning our land outright, we want to get patents. All right, so definitely looking into patents. Title 39, Postal Service. All right, the Postal Service runs, just about everything. All right, so looking into that as well too. Title 39 and the other titles that I was referring to. And there's a lot of chapters, sub-chapters within all of that. But once again, for me, this is what people are not teaching you in the consumer law space, right? They'll tell you, know the FCRA, know the FDCPA. Very vaguely are they very familiar with truth in lending. They'll know the right of rescission a lot of times, but a lot of them aren't telling you that there's other consumer court agencies and the same process and way that we're going about handling these Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, we can go about handling, check system. If we're having a hard time opening up a checking account, we're having, high insurance, we can go to LexisNexis. If we got bankruptcies, we can go to LexisNexis and get this bankruptcy removed from LexisNexis before we go get it removed from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All right, so understand for me that there's so many other consumer reporting agencies outside of Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. I'm going to stress that a lot on this live, and I want to make that very clear and get that through you guys' heads. All right, so there's not just Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. There's employment screening. Right, there's insurance. There's, let's see what else. I already said employment screening. Nationwide consumer reporting agencies, Innovis, SageStream, there's so many other what these gurus will tell you as secondary reporting agencies. They're not secondary reporting agencies, they're just reporting agencies, but they're just furnishing other information, which a lot of times, yes, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion will go out and acquire information from them, and then they'll furnish that information on your behalf. And that's once again an invasion upon a consumer's right to privacy. Why is it that in the congressional findings of the FCRA, which is 15 USC 1681, what does the FCRA stand for? Fair Debt Collection Practices. If we come here to number 4, it talks about a respect to the for their consumers' right to privacy. It's not a privilege, but it's a right. Now, if we come here to 1692, 15 USC 1692, right away we talk about there is abundant evidence of the use of abusive, deceptive, and unfair debt collection practices by many debt collectors. Abusive debt collection practices contribute to the number of personal bankruptcies. How many of you guys have ever thought about going bankrupt? How many of you guys have had troubles in your marriage, right? To marital instability. How many of you guys have lost a job, right? How many of you guys have gotten wages garnished? How many of you guys have gotten your property garnished and taken from you guys, right? And to invasions of individuals' privacy. Why are we talking about privacy in two of the main subchapters within Title 15? What even is Title 15? Right? Title 15 is the Consumer Credit Protection Act. Right? It deals with commerce and trade. Right? Title 15, I should say, deals with commerce and trade. Because remember, family, money is simply just trading. It's an exchange. My people, being indigenous, have simply traded from the beginning of time. Right? There was no such thing as money. Money is simply an illusion. Once again, you're not spending money. You're exchanging money. It's going from one hand to another hand. So how are you guys going to get and have more exchanges of this currency? Right? And if you guys know what a currency is, a current, right? In the ocean, there's a current. In the ocean, waves crash and they go waves, crash and they'll come back. Right? Everything is money is just like the ocean. Literally. Now, if we come here to 1692, or we just went through that, man. Title 15, Chapter 41. It's a Consumer Credit Protection Act. There is no, in any of these titles, there's no consumer debt protection. There's no consumer debt protection because a consumer can't, there is no such thing as a consumer being in debt. Debt is an illusion. Book coming soon for y'all. An actual hard cover copy book. I'm actually writing my book in this book right here. This is the book that's going to have it all. I'm gonna start writing tomorrow. I've gotten the outlines and stuff already outlined. I just purchased this out here. I feel like this is the great book for it, right? And this will be passed on to my kids and their kids and their kids' kids for centuries and eons. But we got the Consumer Credit Protection Act, not consumer debt. So how are we in debt? How is it that we're drowning in student loan debt and an auto loan debt? And this isn't something I'm telling you guys. I'm just simply reading off what Congress is telling you guys. Now, if we hop into scripture will tell you as well too. I told you guys, go look in Deuteronomy, which is the book of Numbers, not just Deuteronomy 15, all throughout Deuteronomy. All right, this is coming from in the quote unquote founding fathers of this republic, right? Really, I'm not even gonna go there, but yeah, as corrupt as they were, right? They created these laws and governed these laws from scripture because they understood that supreme law is God's law, is natural law, common law. So yes, even these consumer law, these U.S. codes, this is all, Admiralty Maritime. This is all, things for commerce. Once again, commerce and trade, Title 15. But if we're operating in commerce and trade, we got to know how to handle ourselves within commerce and trade. So to answer your question, Q, understand Title 15, not just Chapter 41. There's over 98 chapters within, or over 122 chapters within Title 15. I'm showing you guys Chapter 41. We do dive into Chapter 94 as well too, which is a chapter upon privacy. And as you guys are operating in commerce and trade, a chapter to help protect your privacy. Chapter 94 literally says privacy. Just read it. Disclosure of non-public personal information. Right away. Disclosure of non-public personal information, subchapter 1 in chapter 94. 6801. It is the policy of the Congress that each financial institution has affirmative and continuing obligations, not maybe they do, obligation to respect the privacy of its customers. What's a customer? A consumer. And to protect the security and confidentiality to those customers' non-public personal information. What is non-public personal information? Go read. It defines it for you. Means personally identifiable financial information. That's the first one. But yet, personally identifiable financial information is being furnished. Come on, family. It's right here for you guys. I'm showing you guys how to fish. I'm not fishing for y'all. I'm showing y'all how to fish within YBC University. I'm showing y'all how to get those with bad credit, not only how to get it removed, but how to get remedy. Within each one of these sub chapters, there's remedy in it as well too. I got so much sand in my hair too. There's remedy in each sub chapter. We talk about, for them willfully and knowingly reporting false or inaccurate information or withholding disclosures that they're required to disclose to us. How many of you guys, after you guys got a ticket, were informed that you have the right to rescind this within 72 hours or upon the delivery of rescission forms? I'm positive they never gave you rescission forms. I'm positive they didn't clearly and conspicuously disclose to you that you have the right to rescind, this contract. Go read Title 15, USC 1635, the right of rescission. It doesn't just go for, automobiles and auto contracts and mortgage contracts and credit card contract. It goes for a consumer credit transaction. A consumer credit transaction is anytime your credit card has been ran. All right, from that, Mike, that's too much game right there for y'all, man. I'm gonna get back to work. Let's get this live. I believe this live should definitely hit over 10K views. There's no reason as to why it shouldn't. Go back and replay this live. Really go through and study what I'm talking about here on this live, man. I gave y'all the blueprint. You feel me, B? You feel me, B Homer? B the GOAT, man. They don't know, man. All right, Instagram, we out of here. I don't even care about Instagram. Let me show y'all this too, man. How is money in exchange? I'm gonna show y'all this. Money's being printed. You could print money. I'm gonna show you how to print money. Me and B the GOAT been printing money since 2019. If y'all got any questions on crypto, B the GOAT, Billy Homer, he's the man with the plan. Let me see. Any questions I got, I'm gonna go to Billy Homer or my guy CJ, who's partnered with YBC, does a lot of crypto calls for our company as well too. We've done a call here on YouTube. If y'all want to hear from B the GOAT, Billy Homer, drop some 5 in the chats, or drop B the GOAT in the chat box if y'all want to hear from Billy Homer on some crypto sauce, some crypto information. Yeah, bro, they really don't know. And Lou, let me show you this too, bro. We just ran up a little sack earlier today. We printed some bread earlier today. Let's get it. Drop B the GOAT. Comment B the GOAT if y'all want to hear from Billy on some crypto sauce, man. All right, man. Let me show y'all this right here. I'm gonna show y'all how money is simply an exchange. You guys are looking to attract things, money, when we're submerged in, a world of, abundance. How can I attract abundance? How can I look to? Why am I looking to, seek these things? Yeah, Q knows. Q knows about B the GOAT sauce and his crypto sauce. Let him know, Q. Let me show y'all this though, man. So this was a little bit later on throughout it. So the account is at 4K, 4,200. I'm turn this light off real quick. 4,200. This camera quality is garbage. Then 1,200. Let me play it so you guys can see, the fluctuation of these funds. Look, all while doing this too, I'm getting a text message that my grandfather had passed too. All while this is going on. Right, 1,200 up though. He was definitely with us here. 1,200, 4,200 is where the account was at. Let me show you guys live right now. I'm gonna log in right now to my account. This is live right here. I'm in a Bitcoin trade. She's about to sell off right now. That's why I said sell Bitcoin in our Telegram chat too. We had $6,079. This morning I started in my account with I think 3,200. 2,800. Sounds pretty good to me. And it was even less than 3,200. This week we funded that account with 1,200. That's over 5,000. I'm not telling you all this to impress you, but to impress upon you that you too can be doing this. YBC University, in our Telegram, I'm dropping and educating our people on that. I got some calls that I'm about to be providing for the university as well. Within our mentorship, we've been going over this for the past, 3 to 4 years. Day in and day out, crypto sauce, crypto calls, trading calls, everything. I am gonna offer, 1 to 2 calls a week, here in the near future, trading live with you guys as well, within the university. But in the meantime, really keeping that to our mentorship and those that have invested into themselves. And that's, what the mentorship is about. Is I'm showing y'all, once y'all have acquired the credit from bad credit or good credit, we're teaching you guys how to do both. Once you guys get, your credit, your report structured, you guys can go acquire funding, from you guys getting your credit in order and having quote unquote bad credit, right? We're getting paid for it and we're getting remedy for it with consumer law. That's why I say consumer law is simply the stepping stone to where we're headed. Imagine you guys being able to hop into these markets, right? Putting this money into some land, putting this money into some gold, putting this money into some real estate, right? Things that are going to, be bringing back more of a return. All right, the family. Mic drop. We out of here. Peace and love. As always, I'll see you all at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Let's send this live out to at least 3 people if you gain any type of value. For those that are looking or those that are joining YBC University within the next 40 hours, I got 2 free unreleased ebooks for you as well. So go ahead and message 305-575-2843. Send a confirmation of you joining the university as well as you send that confirmation. We'll see on our end. So we'll know who did get started with the university and enrolled. And for those that do get enrolled with the university, I got 2 unreleased ebooks for you. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Peace, love, and light. CreditGotti, he's out.